Hello, welcome back. In this lecture, we will be talking about the heads up view toolbar, which is what is located right here. So these are your heads up view toolbars. So we're just gonna cover each one and so you can see what it does, and you feel free to follow along using this part. So when we have our normal tool, the first one is our normal tool. So which means the normal tool just means whichever plane you are facing. If you click the normal tool, it would reposition your part to face that plane head on, which is normal to that plane. So let's say if I rotate it this way, now my plane is almost pointing, my view is almost pointing to the right plane, and when I click normal tool, it would make it fully to the right plane. So that's what your normal tool does. The next one is the zoom to fit. So if I click on the zoom to fit, let's say I have my part over here, you click on the zoom to fit, it centers it back for you. You have it over here away from your part, zoom to fit, it centers it for you. Sometimes your part might disappear on you, so all you just need to do is zoom to fit and it brings it back in the middle. You can also press the F key. The F key does the same thing. The next one is the zoom to area. So when we press this, and we're just gonna click and drag, and it zooms into that area. So remember, the way you do it is you click once, you click once on the area you're trying to zoom in, and you drag it out a little bit and you let it go, and it zooms to that area. So that's your zoom to area. So this is pretty much, you can toggle back to the previous views you were on. So that is pretty much toggling back to the previous view you were on. And the next one is the section view. You'll be using this quite often. So let's do normal to. We're gonna do normal to that plane, and we're gonna section it. So when we section it, what it does is it cuts your part in half. You can section it again. Let's say you can section it to the front plane, and it cuts it in that plane, and you can section it from the top plane, and it cuts it over there, and you can section it from the right plane, and it cuts it from the right plane. How the section is done depends on how your part is designed on the plane. So however you are designing your part would design how the plane cuts the part. So that is the section view. And the next one is the view orientation, which is pretty much, it lets you select a different view. If you click on this arrow, this option comes on and it lets you select a different view. Or you can also click on this arrow, you can select your front view, left, right, your top view, and your bottom view. So that's pretty much your view orientation. And the next one the next one in line is the display. The display lets you choose between having it shaded with edges, which means you can see all these black lines on the edge, and if we select the next point, it removes those black lines. So it pretty much just depends on you how you want to model it. And the next one is pretty much the wireframe, and the next one is with hidden lines. So it's just the different views you can model with, but most people usually model with this one with the black edges. You don't need to worry about this too much. And the show is pretty much, you can hide the different features or show them in your thing. In this option, like, you can hide your sketch or show them, you can hide your dimension or show them in this feature. And this is your appearance. So when you click on this, the appearance comes on, and we can add appearance to the material. We're gonna cover this later on, and we're just gonna close that. And the next one is the scene. So on the scene, you can change the type of scene you are working with. So that's pretty much how you change the scene, or you can add more to it. These are pretty much your favorite. I just always leave it on default. This, you don't really need to worry about it too much. And this is just pretty much the extra stuff. So this is like real graphics, shadow mode, ambient occlusion, perspective. It's just always have your, every time you rotate it will have it in some type of perspective. And I always have that off sometimes when I'm modeling and just use the real graphics, or you can even turn that off. So you don't need to worry about that too much, but you'll be using the normal tool a lot and your section view a lot. So that is pretty much it with the heads up view to toolbar. Thank you, and I will see you in the next lecture. Bye.